You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
What's up, everybody? It's the smartest guys in marketing. We have C Nanny and T Diddy, and we have a special guest today. Her name is Katya Varbanova Musioso Moninini. I can't pronounce her last name.
LiveStream. Isn't that's your first name?
LiveStream Katya Varbanova Moninini. It's a very long last name. We're happy to have you here.
Oh my God.
This is for Mother Russia.
This is from Bulgaria, but I'll take the Mussolini. I'll take that. It sounded like Katya Varbanova Sulini, almost like a Mussolini.
Ooh.
That's kind of how you said it.
That sounds scary.
So,
it's really scary.
Katya is the founder of Facebook Live.
Yep.
And author of the best-selling book,
Behind the Cloud.
We're going to get sued so hard from this podcast. Now, if you don't know Katya, look her up on Facebook. We'll include some stuff in the show notes. But she is a live stream queen. And
Animal maniac.
We had to get her on to teach us her ways because, let's be honest, Chris. I mean, this show is about authenticity and being real behind the scenes. Last time we did a live stream, we had like 4 viewers. And we were depressed for like a month. So we're like, we need to go get Katya Sulini so she can teach us.
And we actually don't know anything about marketing, so
We
hopefully
are
she can
the,
help us.
we're the dumbest guys in marketing.
I knew that. I knew that before I got on the podcast. It's why I said yes, because I'd be able to shine.
You feel sorry for our audience?
No, but I'd be able to shine through, above
love
you
that.
guys. I'd be like.
So tell us a little bit about you real quick, like the 1-minute story.
The 1-minute story. I started live streaming when live streaming wasn't even a thing. And really, really quickly, people know me as the person who quit her job to Periscope within literally 3 months of being on Periscope. I was a banker at the time, yay, and created a community around it, created a community of live streamers, and all I did was created a show that I would get them together. They would share each other's followers, and I was purely a facilitator. And that community grew so quickly that I've been doing it full time since November 2015. And from there, once I started growing that, everybody started coming and asking me, how are you doing this? How are you getting all these viewers? How are you being able to sell on your live streams? You don't seem to have any one-on-one clients, but all the people are buying your products and you don't even do discovery calls. And that's how the whole name LiveStream Katya was born. I say this to everyone. I didn't start as a live stream strategist. That's not what I did when I started. But I evolved into that because everyone was like, take my money and teach me. And then I just said, okay, I will make peace and take your money if you really insist. And now what is it?
Very gracious of you.
2 years it's been, and I still love live streaming, and I still do live streaming, and everybody still knows me for that. And I'm very excited to talk about it.
She just winked at us.
Wow.
All right, so why
Who did I wink at?
why live streaming?
You know why? Because it's the second best thing to face-to-face. What's the best way to sell? Face-to-face. What's the second best way to sell? Phone call. Who's got time for phone calls unless you have a big team of salespeople like these two?
We have 3.
I got 3. That's more than what most people have online.
Yeah.
That's more than I have. I'm my salesperson, but because of live streaming, I don't have to get on sales calls. I literally get 90% of my clients, members, everything I get from people watching my videos, people watching my live streams, and then eventually them reaching out to me. And then it's probably a matter of a 15-minute call to discuss the price. But by that time, they're already sold.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why.
let's break down some numbers. So when you say members, what are you referring to? Like customers in a monthly membership, or how do you sell? What are you selling?
I have a multitude. So my Perry 10K is still going since 2015. I have about 140 members in that, anywhere between $50 to $97 a month or more. And then I do consulting from time to time. I only have right now 2 clients that I'm working with that I'm helping with their video strategy. I do a lot of affiliates as well. So I do 1 or 2 programs only that I actually affiliate with. And then I do a lot of speaking. I do a lot of courses. I have like 2 or 3, 4 courses that are anywhere between $47 to $500. So I do a lot of these, and it's really
Those are your courses?
Yeah. I have courses around building an audience through live streaming, getting speaking gigs, and building a brand through live streaming. It's just like a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So so you have 2 consulting clients, and those are coming from mostly your members who are like, hey, you're really good at this. Let me see if I can help you.
One of them was
Or see if you
actually
can help
never
me.
a paid client. So the last client that I worked with, the last client that I got was somebody who has just been watching my live streams, and she won. I did a giveaway a couple of months ago where she won a 30-minute call with me by participating in a giveaway I did months ago, and we jumped on the call. And then on the call, she was like, "I would love for you to do my whole video, everything for me," and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So she's never bought anything from me once, but she's been watching me for the last 2 years. She's seen some of my videos get almost 200,000 views, and she's like, I want to get that going. I want to have that impact on the internet. And then the other one is from my membership. Yes, the other one is from my membership. So they usually come from my groups. They usually come either from my free groups or from my memberships, and that's where they come from.
Average price point of your consulting, what is it?
$5,000 a month. So the one is for 9 months. So one of them is for 9 months. The other one is for 3 months. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And affiliate revenue, what products? You said you had 2 or 3?
I do 2 products mainly. One, I only promote heavy, the 90-day year, which you guys know really well. The 90-day year, I promoted twice in the last 12 months. I think the whole sales was about 190,000 in sales, so I get 50% of that. And then I also promote Andre Chaperon's Autoresponder Madness because I just love it so much. But I don't promote that. I don't promote that like actively. It's just one of these things I drop every now and then on my broadcast because it's truly one of the marketing courses that has made the biggest impact on me as a storyteller, which is funny because it's an email marketing course. But he's just incredible. So the 90-day year, I'm doing that again in December. I'm doing this again, and I'm hoping to get 200,000 potentially. I hope.
Total sales.
In total,
right?
In total sales.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I get half. For me to get 100,000. So.
Beautiful.
Very nice. So can you just walk us through your thoughts and strategy on whether it's an affiliates product that you're promoting? What is your process for that to engage with people, get them interested, and then push them to the sale?
So there's a couple of things that I've been doing twice that has worked really well. The first thing I do is, and that's something no other affiliate I've noticed does, is way before the actual affiliate period starts, I create videos that are no pitch, no nothing, just fully content-based, 3 to 5 minute long videos that are around productivity and high performance, which is what the 90-day year is about. And I drop an ad spend on these to grow the video views audience.
How much spend?
Not a lot. I've only spent like 12,000 pounds in the last 2 years in Facebook ads combined. Like that's all I've spent on ads. So on the first launch I spent $1,300 on ads combined. The second one I spent maybe $5,000 combined. Yeah. So it's not a lot that I'm spending. if you spend a lot more, you'd get a lot more as well. So the first one, dropping 2 or 3 videos. I had one that was one of the video was about shiny pennies, and it was about why you're jumping from shiny pennies to shiny pennies to shiny pennies to shiny pennies. And the other one was about ENFPs. I'm an ENFP. What's your Myers-Briggs?
ENTJ.
INTP.
INTP. Ooh, that's a good combo for you two.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an ENFP, and I noticed that I attract a lot of ENFPs and a lot of ENFP buys from me. So I did a really specific ENFP videos that basically I told them why, as an ENFP, they are getting distracted, they're not getting results, etc., etc. And that did really well as well. And then what happens after that is I grow that audience, and then I retarget all the viewers of that into another video that I actually talk about, invite them into the 90-day year free series. And the 90-day year free series is all about, it's really just about making what you make in a year in 90 days. So the video itself is very much of it's not really.
Are you talking about Todd's series?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
Todd's free series. Yeah, and it's not very
So-
pitchy or anything like that.
What's the
And then
time frame from when you start to when you start pushing that?
So I start about 2 weeks prior his official day 1 of promo. So this year he's gonna start dropping day 1, like video 1 in November 28th. So all affiliates start promoting November 28th. My ads start promoting 2 weeks prior. And they don't promote the 90-day year, but I warm all my audience to the concept of high performance, productivity, shiny pennies. I'm starting the conversation way before it's even started.
3 to 5 videos. What's the time frame with those 3 to 5 videos?
3 to 5 minutes. Some of them I do live, some of them I pre-record, depending. The pre-recorded ones, I just rotate them. Like the 2 that I told you about, I have these still, and I always use them because they're evergreen and they perform really well. So those are the
So
2
do you just
that-
upload that, or do you run it as a live?
So I do both. I do upload these 2 as ads, and then I use live streams to boost them not to boost them physically, but to get the conversation going around them, so that anybody who's liked the page can come and jump on and have a conversation about it. But
Tricky.
throughout those 2 weeks, all my live streams and videos and everything is around the topic of productivity. And it's a really easy frame to do because, hey, it's the end of the year. What have you achieved so far? Nothing? Oh, wait, I know why. Shiny pennies. You've jumped from this idea to this idea to this idea, and you haven't gotten anything done. So let's get that fixed for 2018. It's like the perfect marketing hook. Really.
So what's your goal for viewers to be able to retarget through this once the launch starts?
You know what? I never put a goal for myself. All I was like,
That's good.
here's my budget. I was like, here's my budget. Go get as many as you can. And then the key is views are always cheap. Views are like a penny per view. And what it does, it grows your page. It helps with people seeing your face, etc. And it's really nothing fancy. And I guess for this launch, I'm probably going to aim for something. I'm going to sit down and evaluate what we did last time. I know that we convert about 4%. 4 to 6% of the people who sign up to the free series through my link, I know we sign up about 4 to 6% of them to buy the $2,000 program. That I've calculated.
So about 4% that sign up for your free series. Is that via email?
Not for mine, for Todd's via email through my link. Yeah.
And how many of those buy?
4%.
4 to 6%.
Yeah, 4%, 4 to 6% of the ones who signed up have bought. Now, what I need to calculate is how many of the ones who saw the videos actually ended up signing up. That I have not calculated yet.
That should be easy.
Yeah.
All you have to do is you take the number of people that signed up and you divide it by the total number of views.
And Taylor Welch, founder of math.
That's me. That's me.
But it's true. Yeah, it's true. to be honest, you're right. You're right. I should have done that. But you know, it's one of these things. You're just so focused on the end result. Sometimes you forget that, hey, you gotta actually think about all these other things before to make sure you achieve your end result. And
Yeah.
I guess what worked for me, I swear, I'm not joking when I say this. I remember being sat in my couch last December, and I just went, I'm gonna make 100K. I'm gonna make 100K. I'm gonna make 100K. Like literally, I screamed this for like 20 minutes. I had a list of 850 at the time. My email list was 850 people. So it was like, probably not gonna happen. But I was like, no, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I think that's gonna be my strategy again. I'm gonna scream this time for 40 minutes.
We do that every day.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
In all, let's unpack this because I think this is something that we.
I can ask one more question though, to help unpack. How big is your email list now? How big is your email list now, and how much do you use your email list through that launch process?
I don't use it that much, you know. Right now it's only at 4,000, so it's like teeny weeny. How much I'm gonna use it? It's one of those things. I have to say, I'm really good at converting at social media, and I'm really good at converting through videos. And because of that, I sometimes take my list for granted. And I'm not really consistent with that. I think that's one of the things I'm probably leaving a lot of money on the table because, I mean, it's not a lot, but my open rate is about 35%. So actually, the opportunity's there.
Yeah.
You know? And
yeah, you could talk to us after. We'll help you.
Well, that opens up perfectly what I was going to say because we're the same way. Like entrepreneurs, like what we do is we tend to get good at something and then we get really good at it. And then we forget all of the other assets that we didn't get good at.
Like pay your taxes.
No.
Pay your taxes.
I mean, Chris, it wasn't long ago. It was probably 2 months ago that we sat down and looked at everything we're not doing in our business. And we run a $5.5 million a year business. Yeah. And we have probably $3 to $5 million locked up in our current groups, our current list, our current everything that we're just not even touching. We just like don't even look at it. And when we were talking about like,
because we don't really like money.
When we were talking about it, she's like, you're not even calculating the amount of people who view your videos to opt in. It's just like, sometimes you're good enough at something that it allows you to be lazy in other areas. So you don't really have to, and therefore you don't. We're caught in the same cycle all the time.
It's so true. I'm kind of like, oh, I need money. That's okay. I'm just gonna go and do a Facebook Live. It's literally it's so true. It's so true. And that's why the more we grow, the more we can bring people on our team to help us do that. Like, you know, ever since I hired my videographer here, I have a videographer in Malta, and he shoots with me. He edits everything. It's like, wow. If I did this so much earlier, I could have produced way more videos, and I could have been on 1 million subscribers by now. Like, seriously.
Like, oh, basically, I'm an idiot. Great.
Like, great. I'm so good at what I do. I'm like, oh, nobody else can do it better than me. I mean, I don't know if you guys have gone through that, but
well, Chris is always at that place.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him better than everybody.
Like, bro, here's a Bible for you to read.
But no, like last year when I did the Todd Herman launch with 100K in sales, I was a solo. I was one man band. I had no team whatsoever. Now I have about 5 people that work with me, but it's like, oh, the amount of opportunity we leave on the table. And if you're listening to this, and if you're in that same spot, it's like, why are we stopping ourselves from growing? Why are we holding ourselves back and just not go and master all these things, or give it to someone else who's already mastered it and they can just deal with it. They can fix it. And if someone's listening to this and thinking, yeah, I need to get my booty in gear, get your booty in gear, because it's going to help you grow faster. It will.
Yeah.
It really will.
Chris, get your booty in gear, bro.
Get your booty in gear. LiveStream booty. I said get your LiveStream booty in gear.
Yes.
Yay.
I'm squatting to get my booty in gear.
Okay, bro.
How much can you squat?
A lot. You would
We're not
be
going to talk about. We're not
amazed.
going to talk about that today.
It's like that scary number. It's such a
That's
scary number.
we teach that in our upper echelon, which is like, people pay us a lot of money a year, and we tell them how much Chris is squatting at any given moment. Yeah. Okay.
That and what products I use in my hair and my beard. That's all people want to know.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Do you have any other questions before I jump in and land the plane? Because nobody cares about what you use in your hair.
Yeah, I'm not ready to land the plane yet.
I think you need to step up and lead then, bro.
All right.
Be a leader.
Well, bro, you jumped in, and so I want to give you some room so you can shine. So that's what it's all
You
about.
started talking about squats, bro.
So let me ask you a question. Seeing us, our brand, what we do, what do you think we should be doing right now? How should we be doing that?
Ooh, I like that. I like that. I think you should be 100% creating more high quality produced videos that are pretty much what I do, the parodies. The reason I'm good at parodies, the same reason you'd be good at parodies. You're a troll.
Thank you for
and I'm a troll in a good way. But we have I think me and you, Taylor, have this talent of, it's a talent, by the way. It's a talent. It's not a skill. It's a talent where we can talk about something really serious, but at the same time we're just not serious at all. And people for some reason find that incredibly funny. Like, we're not even trying to be funny, but people find it funny. That's a talent. That's a talent. And if you can, because I love your ad, the main ad that you use to drive traffic to your webinar, the one where you're like saying, yeah, this is a fancy automated webinar and stuff like that. I totally think you guys should be doing more of the parody comedy around the online marketing space kind of things. Even if it's even if it's like a direct jab at some of the other groups or direct jab at some of the other marketers that you disagree with. It's gonna get your Facebook page to blow up even more. I mean, you know how big my video view audience is? I posted about it today. You may have seen it. I was calculating it because I look at that. My page is only 3,700 people at this point in time. And I have 300,000 people to retarget. That's not even views, it's viewers. 300,000 plus viewers that I retarget with my ads. And those are warm people that have seen my face. And that's mainly because of the comedy videos that I do that are highly relevant for the online marketing space. So the people that watch those comedy videos, if they understand the comedy video, they are my ideal client. If they don't get it, then they're not a client. But the ones who do, they are.
Yeah.
And I think it's incredible what you can do with that, to grow that page and to grow that video view audience even more. I don't know. Let me ask you, what are you doing right now to grow that video view audience?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Do you do any video ads that are just like purely content, that are just for awareness or anything like that? You do?
Yeah, we have. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Chris runs all of our ads, so I don't know, bro. What do we do?
We run video ads. We have content stuff. But that's something that we agree with, and actually we're investing heavily into, which we haven't really told a lot of people about. But
it's because it's a secret. But we can tell you after we stop recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just don't tell the Russians.
Yeah, don't tell Putin.
Tell what? Tell who? Tell who?
So what about live streams?
For live streams, what I want you guys to do is I want you to consider to run some kind of a live, like some kind of a competition to get engagement on your live streams. You can, and the best place to run that would be on your page, and then to post it in the group. So it will be on the page to grow the page. You asked me, how did I get a bajillion views and comments on my last one? I did a live video challenge, And what I did is I got about 1,300 people in the challenge. And what I do is I send, obviously every single day I send them an email 15 to 20 minutes before I go live. And then once they're on the broadcast, I ask them a gazillion questions that are comment prompting questions. If I can find my notes here, I'll give you some examples, because 1,000 comments that I got on one broadcast was absolutely intentional. Like, it was like, I want 1,000 comments, I'm getting 1,000 comments. And here's some of the questions that I ask. If anybody listening, take your pen and paper, because you're going to want to write these down. They're really
Pull
good.
over. Pull over first.
Yeah,
Pull over.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull over.
Get off the treadmill.
So the first one that I ask when people join is, so where are you tuning in from? Where are you coming in from? And they all start Canada, Japan, Bulgaria, Malta. Like they all start telling me where they're watching from.
And then you boot all the Canadians.
Yes.
Do we have any Canadians here?
We blocked them. We blocked their IPs.
Yeah, we have 2 employees who are Canadians.
Oh, how are they doing? Are they the top salespeople?
They're our top performers. Not really.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so you have the questions.
That
Where are you
the
tuning
question-
in from? I
Yeah,
want
where are
another
you
question.
Another
want
one
one
I
more
have
question.
is, look at this. I have these props. I have these props.
All right, hold on.
Hey, if you're
gotta
not
watch
seeing
the
this video, it's a massive watermelon. Is that an orange?
It's an
Or one.
orange and a watermelon. And I use these props to do this. Look, I say, hey guys, whenever you see Mr. Watermelon, I want you to tap those hearts. And when they tap hearts, guess what happens? They like the video, and then you can invite them afterwards to like your page. That is like the best organic growth tip ever. So I use this as a visual cue to remind them to tap the like button, so that if anybody forgets, they like it, and then I can invite them. This one I use whenever I have a prize coming up. So right now the challenge, the way I'm running it, there's like prizes around, and I'm like, whenever I'm using Mr. Orange, just so you know, there's a prize coming and you may want to stick around, right? So, but this one is also quite cool, because I can just be like, do you like my watermelon? You know? So that's one question. Another question I ask them is, let's see, a generic one. So if I'm running the challenge, I ask them, so tell me, who completed this challenge? Type in 1 in the chat. Who did this? Type in 2. Who did this? Type in 3. And I literally finish every few minutes, I literally ask a question that is a question that they can answer with one word or something. I say, if you XYZ, type in ABC. And that's how you get 100 people that are viewing who are commenting 8 times each, and that's 800 comments like that. And what that does, it kicks in the algorithm, and Facebook goes, oh, this video is really good because a lot of people are engaging, so let's show it to more people. And then what happens, it just explodes. And you can ask all sorts of questions, like, if you've heard about our program, type in yes. If you haven't, type in no. But it's really about encouraging the comments, and that's something I think you guys should do more of. You should be like, hey guys, if you're watching this from your toilet, type in the word toilet. I think that would be funny, actually. But
that's something I would do.
But yeah,
Chris is too proper.
give me some
Very proper.
hearts. Give me some hearts.
Dude, that's amazing.
You can't give hearts on a podcast. That's so sad.
Sure. We should cancel this podcast
Yeah.
and just do live streams.
You should just do a live stream cast.
I love that.
All right, Chris, what else you got?
Any last tips, strategies?
Is that a question for me, or are you asking?
Or are you
him to
asking?
ask me?
You asking me?
I'm asking you,
You're asking me.
Katya.
You're asking me. My real favorite, the number one tip I can give you guys, and you two do this really well, but I think 90% of the people who do lives or videos don't do well, is you're not entertaining enough. Now you two are, but most people just come live and they just go, So here's my 3 top tips on how to grow your email list. Number 1, pay for ads. Number 2, ask people to forward this email. Number 3, do some JV with other people who have a big list. And
Worst
like,
tips ever.
it's like it is like the most boring thing ever. I swear, you could have the worst tips ever, but if your content's entertaining, you get more traction.
So true.
So true. But obviously the ideal scenarios is you have good content and entertaining. Most of you listening to this, and most people that I know that I've worked with that have come to work with me, they have amazing content knowledge-wise. Their entertainment sucks. It's like or the way that they appear on the stream isn't like, they don't appear like they know what they're talking about. It's like they've been doing it for 30 years. They know everything inside and out. They can write an article a day for 365 days about the topic. But for some reason, when they get on the live stream, they sound like they don't know what they're talking
They
about.
don't have authority.
Like they sound like they don't believe in what they're saying. And that results in a lot of the times, if people are reading from scripts. Have you ever, well, I'm not going to ask you that, but if you're listening to this, have you ever listened to a podcast where you listen to the guest interviewer and you're like, holy cow, this person is so reading from a script?
Yep.
Yeah. And when that happens, you 100% you stop believing them, because it's like, well, wait a minute, if you're so good at what you do, how come you can't just get on stage for 5 minutes and just say it? Like, do you really know what you're talking about? Because my theory is, if you can't come on stage and if you can't talk about it confidently and without notes and without PowerPoint, then maybe you know about it, but I wouldn't call you an expert.
Yeah, because you can't communicate it. That's good stuff. Okay, hey, what's the first word that comes to mind when you think of Chris?
Chris, I'm thinking of, what's it called? Oh my God, Alvin the Chumpkin. Is that what it's called?
What is that?
You know oh my God, oh God, I need to play it.
Alvin the Chipmunk?
Yes, that's the one.
Woo!
That's the one.
Bro,
I don't know
Alvin
why.
the Chipmunk. What's the
I don't
first
know
word
why.
that comes to mind when you think of
He's a
me?
leader, man.
When you think of me?
The leader.
Word. What's the word? Taylor.
Oh, Taylor Swift. But that's not a word. That's not a word.
Unbelievable. That's the first thing you think about when you think of me.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
But maybe because Taylor Swift is all over the place now.
We're not publishing this podcast. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Now,
So we got Alvin the Chipmunk and Taylor Swift.
You should ask me what's the first thing I think when I see your picture.
What's the first thing you think of?
The Apprentice. Ooh.
Ooh.
What about my
Chris,
picture?
are you jelly right now, bro?
What about my
Look
picture?
at him. He's so jealous.
Are you going to
She doesn't
answer
wanna
that question or not?
Which one?
What about my picture?
Oh, your picture. Oh, I didn't hear you. Your picture. Your picture reminds me of a famous actor, but I can't remember.
Is it Chris Evans?
No, it's Seth Rogen. Is it Seth Rogen? The guy from The Interview and from Hangover? The Hangover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, bro.
Seth
Seth Rogen.
He is the funniest thing ever. Seriously, Seth Rogen.
All right. So where can
People find out about you?
I said that first. Where can
Sorry.
people find out about you if they want to know more about you?
Oh my God! So you'll find me everywhere as
Just Google
LiveStream
Mother
Katya.
Russia.
LiveStream Katya. You find me everywhere. Periscope, Instagram,
Just
Facebook,
Google
Twitter.
Mother Russia FBI and just read.
But yeah, you'll find me on every social media platform that exists on the planet.
Okay.
Even the ones that are dead. And then
We'll link your Facebook profile up in the show notes.
We'll link your MySpace.
business page.
Oh,
Business page.
okay. Sorry,
Business
business page.
I want to be able to retarget them after with my
So
videos.
she's
We'll
blatantly
link
using
your
you
address,
guys.
and we'll give them your phone number.
All right,
Awesome. Hey,
guys.
this is
Katya
great.
Varbanova.
We're Mother Russia. Putin's proud. You did great.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.